Hi everyone, I'm Steven Wu from grade 11, and right now I'm going to easily explain you about how Newton's first law and third law works in our daily life. So what are we waiting for? Let's go! So talking about Newton's first law, we first need to explain about inertia. Inertia is the natural resistance of any object to changes in its motion. In other words, so if something is at rest, it wants to stay still, and if something is moving, it wants to keep moving in a straight line at the same speed. Basically, it has four forces acting on our SAC robots. First is friction. Friction is pulling down to the opposite sides of applied force, and the applied force is going forward, and there's a normal force is pulling the robots up, but the gravity force is also pulling the robots down, which is just like showing in the graphs. Also, after my finger stopped the robot is moving forward and the stack of the playing cards are sitting on the top of it. Also, moving forward at the same speed. However, my fingers stops only on the robot, which means the stack of cards are not received the stopping force from me. And then because of inertia, the cars will still continue to move forward and move off the edge of the robots and falling down to the ground. Newton's third law is for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You can see from this inside piano hammer system, when the hammer finally swings up, it hits the string. Also, the string pushes back on the hammer with the same amount of force. Personally, I feel that it illustrates action and reaction very clearly based on this video. However, if you want to see more how piano works, you could see more clearly in highlights and behind the scene at the end of this video. Well, this is the end of the explanation. Have a good week and don't miss highlight.